Very good afternoon, dear students. This is Professor Anand Bhatkar here. Welcome you back to the engineering graphics class. So as you know, we have started with isometric drawings from past few classes, and we are trying to draw the different objects in isometric projection. So today I'm going to do another 2 to 3 varieties of problem. So after doing that, if you can solve these varieties which I have covered in the previous classes to till now, then definitely you'll be able to solve almost all type of problems in isometric view. So let me start with new problems today, different one. Okay, so I would like to take up this particular problem today, right? So you can see first term of a cone base diameter 50 mm, top diameter 25 mm, and height 50 mm is placed centrally on top of a cylinder diameter 60 mm and height 60 mm. So draw the isometric projection of the combination. So as the part of the question, the front view and the top view of the objects are given here directly. So I just need to analyze first how the objects are placed. So if you look into the object, so at the bottom you have a cylinder whose total length is 60 and whose diameter is also 60. So you can see that cylinder diameter 60 mm and height 60 mm. On top of this you have a first term of a cone. There is a cone which is having a first term of it. So if you look into the top view, the uh, bottom diameter of the first term of the cone is 50 and the top diameter of the cone is 25. So that is from the top view I can make those figure what is the dimensions, or else you can see here cone base dia is 50, top is 25 and total height is 50. So that is the front view and top view given. So I'm supposed to draw the combination of these two solids. So important thing what you should remember here is first which solid is placed on what, and once again they say that draw the projection of combination and they are placed centrally. It means again the axes are on the same line, they are not on the different axis. There is one more thing that has been stated here. So let us try to solve this problem. Okay, so first we'll start with a base cone. Base cone diameter is 60 mm. So you know already a cone base will look like an ellipse. So you'll start with drawing the ellipse. So from here I will take 6 counts on this side. So ellipse you know how to draw by using the 4 center method. So 6 on this side and then 6 from this side, and then okay, one more line, 6 and back to 6. Then using the 4 center method, you know you need to identify the minor axis. These two are the minor axis. So from here to the midpoint, and then from here to the midpoint, and from this point to this midpoint, and from this point to this particular midpoint. So now I need to join them using the center start end method arc. So from here center, this as radius, arc, then same again. So this as center, this as radius, the arc, and again same, this as center and this as radius, then the arc, and finally this as center, this as radius, and then the arc. So this becomes the base of the cone. Now the total height of the cone is also 60 mm. So this is the base of the cylinder, and total height of the cylinder is also 60 mm. So from center of this cylinder, so by looking at it, I can locate the center easily. From here, I'm supposed to go 60 mm vertical. So that is 6 units from here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6. So this will become the axis of the cylinder. Now this is the center for the top face of the cylinder. So taking this as center, I should construct a box of 60 by 60 because top diameter is also 60. So if this is the center, so along this side I will come half of it, that is 30 this side. So this becomes 30. So from the center I have come 30 back. Now from here I will go 30 this side and 30 on other side. So from here I will go 30 on this side, and then from here I will go 30 on other side. So this becomes 60 mm line now. So from here I can continue now 60, 60 and 60. So that becomes easy for construction. 30, then 60, this is 60 and 60. So this line I can erase it. Axis I will keep. So this becomes the next box. So here again I have to do the 4 center method to draw the ellipse. So from minor axis to this center, and again from minor axis to this center, from this minor axis to this center, and from this minor axis to this center. So again we'll use center start end method. So you'll get, by this time you should be familiar to these methods. So I'm going a little bit quick here because already we have done many problems like this. So I am hoping that you are able to understand it. So this has center and this has radius, right? And finally, this has center, this has radius, and then join it back. So this is the top face of the cylinder. This is the bottom face. Now you are supposed to join them from outer side. Okay, and one more from this particular side. So when you look into this cylinder, the top face will be completely visible, whereas bottom face, when you look from this side or this side, you can see only the outer part of this cylinder. So the inner part of the cylinder, which is this part here, should be trimmed. So this part will not be visible to the observer. So this part. Okay, so observer will be able to see only this bottom face and top full face. Okay, so I'll erase this construction line so it becomes easier for me to identify the top face. So I'm just erasing them. I'll keep the axis, remaining lines I am just erasing it, right? Because on top of this I am supposed to draw first term of a cone whose base diameter is 50, height is 50 and top diameter is 20. So it is a first term of a cone, so obviously the bottom diameter and top diameter will be different. So base diameter is 50. So this is the point of the axis of the first term of the cone also, because both are resting centrally. So this at center I should draw a box of 50 by 50. So I'll go first half of it, as you know. So 10, 20, so 25, this would be half. Now from here, I'll go 25 on this particular side, on the other side. So here be a little bit careful. So this is 1, 2, and 25 would be exactly in the center here. So this would be 25. So same way I'll go 25 on the other side also. So from here 10, 20. So here on this line it would be 25. Okay, so now from here I can go 50 easily. 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5. So center here would be 50 from this side, that is 50. Same way I will go 50 from this side. So here it would come 50. Okay, and then I will join it back to the original. So this, from this as center, I took 25 this side, then from here 25, 25, then 50, 50. So I got this box. So I'll again use 4 center method quickly. So this is the corner and half of this would be center line. So this is showing the midpoint. So that would be the midpoint for it. So midpoint exactly at 25. Okay, then we are going to use again ellipse. So every time you have to choose a center start end. Okay, I took a wrong one. So from this corner, this has center, then this has radius, this ellipse, and then again this as center, this as radius, the ellipse, and finally the last one. Okay, so this becomes the top face on which it is sitting. So to remove the confusions, I'll just erase this construction line so that it becomes clear what I have drawn here. So I'm just removing these construction lines here. Okay, so you can see this is the base of the first term of the cone. Now from here height is 50 mm. So from here I need to go vertically 50 mm above. So from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is total height of the first term of the cone. So now this becomes the center for the top diameter of 20 by 20. So from here I need to draw a box of 20 by 20 with this as center. So half of it 10 on this side, then 10 on this side, and then from here 10. So this becomes 20, 20 and 20. So this is the box of 20 by 20 with this as center. So again you are going to use 4 center method quickly and you are going to get the top side of the ellipse. So whatever methods till now I have been teaching, all are how to draw it manually, how to draw all the isometric drawing manually. I have not yet started how to do it in the software, which we will do from Monday onwards. In the software, this process will be very simple. You can make use of the tools and you can easily complete. So these methods, whatever I'm teaching you, this is manual sketch, how to do it in manual sketch. Yeah, so that's it. So that's the final one. Now you will join them tangentially. So sometimes it may become a little bit difficult to find tangent in the software because it will be taking too many relations at one time. So you can start searching from the other side. If it is not showing, just go to OSNAP settings and make sure you select all. Okay, so that it can show the tangential relation. Okay, so this is the tangent, and same way from here to this is the tangent point. So apart from this, whichever is not visible, those parts you are going to trim. So these inside parts, whichever is not visible, these parts you will trim it. Right? So this is how it will look like, the final position. So there is a cylinder. On top of a cylinder, you have a frustum of a cone. So this is the problem statement, what has been given there. Okay. So any doubts in this? Any clarifications you require?
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, we should erase that boxes and construction lines at the top and the bottom in the exam.
Construction lines is not mandatory. If you want, you can erase it or else you can keep it as it is. But make sure
So
the
in the exam.
yeah, in the exam also you can keep it, not an issue. Not an
Okay,
issue,
sir.
but make sure that these lines are lighter when compared to the actual solid. It should be light lines. That is the important thing. But the hidden lines compulsorily we have to erase.
Okay, sir.
So whichever
Thank
is
you.
hidden part here, that has to be erased compulsorily.
Yes.
Okay, fine. Okay, I'll take one more problem, a little bit different one. The last type in isometrics. So I'll show you that one. Before that, I'll just make this sheet ready. Okay, so the sheet is ready for drawing. So let us see one another type of problem. Okay. So you can try to solve all type of problems like this. Yeah, this kind of problems. So this is another type of problem which you may come across, wherein whatever problems till now we have done, most of them we have done in the top view, in the top plane. That is the object is like this one, this rectangular box what you are seeing. It is like this. But what if the object is protruding out or extruding out on either on the right side of the plane or left side of the plane? Then how to solve these kind of problems? So this you can easily do. This is just a rectangular prism you can do. Next part is how to do this cylinder on the side face of this bar. So these kind of problems are the one which you need to look for. Now if you look into this question, following figure shows the front and side view of a solid. Draw the isometric projection of the solid. So here they are not given any dimension or data in the problem. Instead they have directly just given the front and side view of the drawing. So if you get this question in the exam, only there will be question and only this front and top view will be given. This isometric is your solution which will not be provided. So looking at this drawing, you should be able to understand what kind of object it is, and then you are supposed to draw it in isometric sheet. Okay, so if you look first this one, the side view, it shows that it is a rectangular box which is having 30 width. And if you look the front view of this, so it is showing that it is a box of 30 by 30. The width and breadth of the box is 30 by 30 and total height is 60. Okay, so it becomes a rectangular prism, square prism, 30 30 by 60. Then if you look in the side view here, from the center, one rectangular thing is extruded, but we don't know whether it is a rectangular or circular cross section area. But if you look in the front view, it is shown as a circular cross section area. So if you just extend these lines to this particular circle, then this diameter is the diameter what is shown here. So it is a circular cross section of diameter 30 mm, and which is exactly at the center of the face of this prism. So if you take this particular face, exactly at the center, it is a diameter of 30 and length of 60. So this is how you will supposed to be analyze this geometry, and then you have to start doing the isometric drawing. So let me show you how to do this in your manual sketching. So first we will draw the square prism of 30 by 30 and height 60. So I'll start from this side. Okay, so from here it's 30 by 30 box. So 30, 30 and 30. Then height is 60. So from each corner I have to go 60 height, 30, and this is 60. So from each corner 60 I will go 60, 60, and from here this would be, sorry, 60. So then I will join the top faces. So these are the top faces. So whichever is hidden lines, this line, and this line will be hidden. So these lines, I will erase it. Okay. So I got the first part of the solid. So it's a square prism 30 by 30, height 60. Now in the question they have not mentioned that this cylinder whether it is on the right profile or the left profile, whether it is on the right side view, sorry, either on the right plane or left plane. So I can draw this cylinder either on this face or on this face. So I can draw the cylinder on any one of the face, as they have not mentioned anything that on which face it is resting or on which face it is actually there. So let us select the same face which they have shown here, and let us try to solve it. So I'm going to draw the cylinder on this particular face. So before I start, I need to locate the center of this face, because the circle is from the center. So center of this face means from here I should go 30, then draw one line. Okay, so from here I have gone half of it's 30, and from here this is also 30. So I'll go half of it 15 and draw one line. So from here this is 10, 15 and draw one vertical line. Okay, so the coinciding will give you the exact center. So this is the center of the face. From this center I'm supposed to construct a box of 30 by 30 here. Okay, so this is already the center, so half of 30 would be 15. So this is 5 and this is 15. So already 15 I have come on this particular side. So let me trim this line so that it becomes easy to draw the remaining part. Okay, so this is the center. From here I have already come 15 this side. So from this point I'll go 15 up 10 and center of this. Okay, so this is 15, right? On the same side I'll come to the other line. It has to be a same vertical line on the other side. So from here I'm supposed to come half 15 of it. So same way I'll take one more line from here. So this is 10 and 15. Center will be here. So this is 15. From these endpoints I will draw a parallel line to the above one. Okay, and similarly from this point I will draw one parallel line to the other one. Okay, so this becomes the box of 30 by 30 now. So this I will erase. So if you look, this is the box of 30 by 30 what we are talking here. So there is a line from here to here. Okay, so this is your box in the right side plane. So if you know that if you want to draw an ellipse in the right plane, this is how the box would look like. So this is the box in the right side plane. So if you look into this box, this is the minor axis and this is the major axis. So I need to draw a line from here to this center, from here to this center, and a line from here to this center, and a line from here to this center. Then I can get the ellipse over here. So that is why first I have constructed this particular box from the center. That is important. Okay, so now I'll join the minor axis lines. So from here this is the midpoint, and from here this is the midpoint, then from this point midpoint, then from here this is the midpoint. Okay, now I'm going to draw the ellipse. So center, start, end. So from this to this point, similarly from here to here, and from here to here, and finally this point. So this becomes the one side of the cylinder, right? So this is one side of the cylinder. Now I need to draw another side of the cylinder, and the length of the cylinder as per the question. So as the length of the cylinder is 60 mm. So if you see in this view, total length is 60 mm. So I'm supposed to draw 60 mm axis from the center. This is the center which I know. From here I'm supposed to draw axis of 60 mm. Now when I draw the axis of 60 mm, now this becomes the center to draw the box of again 30 by 30. So that I can do there. Okay. Now, one more thing is, instead of taking this center, drawing the axis, I can extend the lines of the boxes at a line of 60 mm, and I can construct one more box here. So let me show you how it is done. Simple way. From here, I'll go 60 forward. So this will be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 60 would be here. Correct? So from this box also I will go 60 forward. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So this will become 60. Same thing I will do from this bottom corner. I need to extend all the points. So 1, 2, 3, then 4, 5, 6. So this will become 60 here, and this also I will go 60. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this becomes 60. Okay, then I can join all the box corners. So you can look here, I just made it like a cylindrical envelope here. This is another method to draw it. If you don't want to go by axis, this is the another method you can follow. From each corner of the box, from this each corner, come forward 60. From here you come 60. Then from this corner 60. And from this corner also you come 60. So you'll get the front box there. Automatically this box of 30 by 30 which you require will come here. Now drawing the ellipse become very easier. So from here I can draw it simply now. Okay, then I can draw the arcs. Right, so I got the front ellipse also. Now you can join them directly from one point to another point, this to this. So you can see this becomes the cylinder here. So whichever extra lines are there, you can erase them. Whichever construction lines are there which you don't require, you can just erase it. So these all are construction lines. If you want, you can keep them very light lines, or else you can erase it. But make sure hidden lines are definitely erased. Sorry, I erased the part of the object. Yeah, so this is how it will come. Right? So this part will not be visible to the observer when seen from the side view, that is of the part of cylinder, which I'll show you now. Okay, so this inside part of the cylinder will not be visible. So that inside part will trim it. This inside part of the cylinder won't be visible to the observer. So this is how the final drawing would look like. So from the center, a cylinder is extruded in front. So this is a cylinder of 60, diameter 30, and this is a square prism of 30 by 30, and height is 60. So this is another kind of problem which you may come across in your examination. So even this part will also not be visible. The part of this square which is hidden here, covered by this line. So even that part has to be erased. Yeah, this part. So because this part will be hidden by the cylinder from the back. Okay. So any confusions in this, any doubts you have here? Anything you'd like to clarify? No? Okay, fine then. So now just let me take you through few of the problems which actually you can try it on your own after the class. So similar kind of problems, you can see this again similar. So instead of thickness, here thickness is less. So same kind of problem. So these you can draw it easily using a cylinder on top of that, and on top of one more prism. So again you have a prism and a cylinder, a cube. So again, this is different one. So this rectangular block, then from bottom another rectangular block is there. So this one kind of problem I'll cover on Monday, and then I will start you to explain how to solve these problems using the software. So these kind of problems where you have like double one single object but having different steps. These kind of problems we'll see it in on the Monday's class, and also I will start with how to solve these problems using software. Till now, whatever I taught you, please remember it is only the manual method what I have taught you. How to draw these drawings in manual sketch or manual mode. So software, it becomes very, very easier and simple, which I'll explain you on Monday. Okay. So you have any doubts or clarifications? No? Okay. Thank you then. We'll wind up the class. Thank you.